So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this Capital Markets Day. We thought it was about time to have another one. The last one Enea had was 5th of November 2019. 5th of November 2019, and after that came COVID, the war in Ukraine, raising inflation, raising interest rates. Trump lost the election, and then he won the election again a couple of weeks ago. And for Enea, a lot has happened as well. We acquired a Wi-Fi business during COVID. We sold our global support, global services organization. We got fairly well paid for that. And we acquired a global or a security business, Adaptive Mobile. We also had our issues. And since 18 months or so, I'm back as the interim CEO. So here we are now, 4th of December 2024. Stronger than ever, I argue. And that's why I'm so excited to have you all here and be able to share that and invite you into our world for a few hours. I met one of you guys last week, and you were limping after Capital Markets Day because the chairs were so bad and you had to sit for 4 hours, and you felt you came out of the event more confused than you walked into the event. I hope that will not be the case here, and if you feel that the chairs are too bad, we have stools, we have high stools, and we have sofas, and we will really try to be transparent and tell you about our business. That's our sincere intention here, is to, discuss the things that we feel important. So we chose to make this half a day, and the reason for that is what I just described. But based on that, we will not go through our entire business. We will spend some time on the totality, but then we'll home in on our security business. And that's really one of the key objectives I have for this afternoon, is to be able to explain a very different position that Enea has today compared to 2019 or 2022, or when I was CEO in 2018. All that we've talked about today about the firewall side, we could not have talked about before we acquired Adaptive Mobile. So what you have at your fingertips actually is a leader in cybersecurity, a leader in the firewall business. 2016, we acquired a company called the Cosmos, the DPI functionality. That's also security. And a representative from that entity will be here today. So that becomes our security business, and that's one of the objectives today. The other objective I have is to talk about our revenues. So given everything that's happening in the world, and given the fact that when I started here, which is quite some years ago now, in 2009, our software business was 95% OSE. And when we divested our Nordic consulting business, the business was OSE. And then we had some weird software called NetBricks and Elements that never was anything. So it was OSE. That business is almost gone. So we have reinvented Enea in these 15 years to something completely different. But we've done that with high profitability, with good cash flows or strong cash flows. So what you see on the top line, there's actually a lot of changes underneath that. That I also hope to be able to discuss a bit more in detail. Our financial ambition that we've had for a few years now, I want to discuss that as well. It's well within reach. And the smaller the OS business becomes, the bigger portion, obviously, the focus areas are. And the bigger, probability that that entire ambition will be the ambition of the company. I also have a fourth objective with this afternoon, and that is to introduce some members of my management team. These guys, I will not be able to introduce everyone, but these guys are key. First of all, they're super fun to work with. They're super skilled individuals, but they're also super important for the investors because they are the people that makes our ambitions and our promises come reality. So I want to introduce them. I want you to have the opportunity to ask some questions and interact with them. And then I have a fifth objective, and that is to introduce you to SS7. And SS7, anyone but Daniel and Per that knows what SS7 is? Great, because we'll spend a few minutes on SS7 because it's important for our business. So that's, again, don't walk away here more confused than you came. And if not anything else, I hope that you will be able to talk about SS7 at the Christmas table. All right, with that, to achieve this, we will follow this agenda. And what is carved in stone here is the wrap-up. We will end at 5 o'clock. At 4:30, a bit more than that, or around that time, we will have an online introduction, or Teemu Salmi, the incoming CEO, will call in from an event in Helsinki, and you will be able to hear him and maybe ask 1 or 2 questions. And we will also fit in a coffee break in the middle of this agenda. So, without further ado, let's jump into the agenda. And I would like to say